So last night, Samantha and I started this little project in the backyard on the trampoline. That stemmed from an idea that Sam had, or technically she didn't have it, she saw it on the internet, but whatever. The idea is that you take your standard, you know, pool noodles, or the little foam noodles that you play with in the pool, and you cut them a certain length, and then you also make a cut this way, and then you slip them over each spring. That way you can't get pinched by the springs. Now please understand, I did not miscalculate this deal, but we need some more blue noodles. Actually, we just need one more blue noodle. So off to Walmart I go. Don't be hating on my mask. Samantha's grandmother made this for me. Oh my gosh. No more freaking blue noodles. No freaking blue noodles. And I had just bought a bunch of those yesterday, man. Now what am I gonna do? Just a beautiful day out. Figured I'd get outside here on the old bike, do a little bit of sweating. I just got back from that bike ride. This fat boy is tired. Bodie was taking a nap, but I do hear some noise coming from right in here, so. Hi, Bodie. Did you have a good nap? Did you? Are you ready to get out of that crib? What is going on, everyone? Today is Wednesday, May 6, 2020. That means that it is my dad's birthday, so happy birthday, Dad. Hope you're having a great day so far, and hope the rest of the day treats you really well, man. I'm actually heading over to my parents right now with my dad's birthday bucket, is what we're terming it. Got him a bucket that, and down inside the bucket, I know you can't see, but are some mesquite pellets, mesquite wood pellets for his new Traeger Pellet Smoker. And then, you know, we made him a custom card. Then I got him a little brush for the grill, some tongs for the grill. Made him a t-shirt. And then also made him, I didn't make these heat gloves for the grill, but I actually peeled off kind of the logo that was on there. And then I put his little smoke signals logo on there. So kind of some custom gloves in a way, if you will. But I'm pulling up here right now. I can't remember if I already told you or not, but it's about 1:20 p.m. At 1:30 p.m. we have to start prepping 2 different racks of ribs, because for Dad's birthday, with everything being quarantine style and everything, keeping it close and staying around, you know, a very select small group of people, aka family, we're going to have ribs tonight that we're going to smoke on Dad's Traeger, corn, and then, you know, of course, some tasty beverages. So again, happy birthday, Dad. And I'm gonna get in here with that guy and we're gonna start working on these ribs. He's probably on the back patio working on that Traeger. Happy birthday, bro.
Thanks.
How's your day going?
Like any day.
Maybe a little bit better when we're busting face later, huh?
Yep.
So what we're doing now is Dad is loading up the hopper with some hickory pellets, right? We're gonna smoke these bad boys with hickory today.
Yep, hickory.
We have all his different types of, you know, wood pellets labeled in a bucket, and he's got about 4 or 5 different kinds in the garage. And now we better get inside and start trimming on that fat on those ribs, huh?
Yep.
So what we are working with here today are just some St. Louis style pork spare ribs. This is gonna be the 3rd time that we've actually smoked these. First time they were really good. Second time they were excellent. And the only thing that we've done different the 2 times is we've used a different rub. The first time we used a rub that I got at this barbecue stand that I really like here in Oklahoma. And the second time we used this Chupacabra brisket magic rub made by a company called Two Gringos. We found this stuff on Amazon. It's a little spicy, but man, it really turned out good.
So you want to remove this membrane off these ribs. So the easiest supposedly way to do this is find a kind of a rib right here, work you a knife underneath it.
Butter knife, huh?
Butter knife, that way you don't run it through your fingers or something.
Plus you don't need it to necessarily be sharp.
Right, and then you take a paper towel to help you get a good grip on it. And of course, probably need something besides an old man grip, but then supposedly you can get a grip on it.
It's supposed to be really easy, man. It's your birthday. Everything's supposed to go exactly how you want it to today. Isn't that how that works?
Yeah,
there you go.
That is how it works. But, you know,
there you go.
so
See how he's peeling that membrane off?
Membrane off there.
And that membrane typically is in kind of like a V shape like that. So I think you've got, we'll see, you can see right here the slimy looking part. The membrane's still there.
Yeah.
And when it looks more like that, you know you've got it off. So
yeah, so
I think you've basically got all that off except for right here.
Yeah, so anyway, you want to find our rib there and get it under there.
So now that we have the membrane off, we're still on the bone side up. Of course, we didn't mention that a while ago, but the membrane's on the, where you can see the bone, the bottom of it, so to speak. We want to trim off some of this fat here. And you don't have to get, you know, every single last little dab of fat off, but it definitely will help you take a lot less undesirable, you know, bites of this of these ribs here. And of course, I'm doing everything wrong. I'm cutting towards myself. We all know, we all learn at a very young age, you're not supposed to do that, but hey man, it is what it is. So we're going to finish up getting a little bit more of some of this fat off. And then what we're going to do, that looks good to me, we're going to flip these over and we're going to take off just a little bit more of this visible fat that you can see. See, like this stuff here, it's not worrying us, not concerning us, it's gonna be good. And then we'll get back with you here shortly. Okay, so I'm gonna flip these back over to the bottom, aka rib side, to where you can see the ribs a little better. And what you want to do is you actually want to square these off a little bit. Like there's some of this, it is meat, but you really don't need it because it's not attached to a rib. So see, as you can see right here where the ribs start coming up, so all this is just flabby meat hanging off, and you can, I guess, keep that if you want. What you really want to do is you want to quote unquote square these ribs off. We're just going to, let's see, I'm getting straight bone there. We're going to cut right down this, and we're going to discard all of this. And see how that looks a lot better. It's just squared off there, and there's another little chunk of fatty meat I can get off. And then this side, that looks pretty good and squared off to me. Now let's flip it back over. And this right here is just kind of a fatty, not fat, but it's just kind of an extra chunk on top we really don't need. Just gonna kind of fine tune it a little bit more, and we'll catch back up with you guys when we put the rub on. So one of my dad's buddies just sent him a video. He plays the harmonica, the harp, so check this out.
Happy birthday.
So now that we have squared off our ribs and removed the fat that we want off of them, this is the meat side up, we're going to want to flip over, and we are going to liberally apply our rub. And what I like to, and they tell you that you need to hold the bottle up anywhere from 8 to 12 inches high, because that helps the rub actually spread out more. You get more coverage as opposed to if you were holding it, you know, real close. And so I always go along the outside edges, and then I go through the middle. We're gonna call that good for those. And of course, we're gonna do the same thing over here. And then guys, once we get this rub on this rib side here, we are going to let these set for 30 minutes with this rub just sitting on top. And then after that, we're going to flip over and put the rub on the other side. And a little tip here that I can give you is it's kind of opposite of what you think. You would kind of think of this rub as kind of a marinade, right? But you actually want to only do this an hour before these bad boys are going on your grill. 30 minutes on the rib side up, flip them over, rub for 30 minutes, then you're ready to put these on the grill.
Okay, so we put the rub on the ribs, and we're waiting for that to time out on us like we should. And then we've got the Traeger set for 275 degrees, and we're going to put the ribs on. We're going to put them bone side down, meat side up for 2.5 hours.
Just naked and no wrap.
No wrap, naked. And then after that, we'll take them into our prepared tin foil. We'll have some tin foil with some brown sugar, some butter pats, and then some honey. And then after that, we'll hit it with a little bit of our chupacabra rub. Layer that on there, and then we'll bring the ribs in and lay them meat side down on that, and then we'll wrap them in the tin foil and come and put them meat side down on the grill for another 2 hours, and then they'll be melting in your mouth.
And then the one thing I think you forgot to talk about was when they're on there naked for 2.5 hours before you wrap them, remember what you spray them with a couple times.
Oh yeah, hit them with some apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, we just got it in a spray bottle.
Another hour.
Yeah, got about a spray bottle, and a couple times during that 2.5 hours when they're naked, you want to spray those bad boys with some apple cider vinegar. And so, anyways, now it's just a waiting game.
It's a waiting game, and I apologize for defying the COVID. I touched my face. You don't even think about it. But after I did it, I thought about it. So.
Speaking of that, let's go ahead and give you a COVID-19 update. So as you can see, it is now time to throw these bad boys on the grill. And again, we want to put them on meat side up. So there's one rack. And here is rack numero dos. And again, now we need to keep those on there for 2.5 hours. Okay, it's time to give Pop his birthday bucket.
Oh man.
got 10 ears of corn shucked, but I need to get my little deal and cut the little ends off. And we're gonna cook these on the grill tonight.
What's the secret to getting these things ready before we put them on the grill?
We haven't been doing this, but I read that you should soak them for 30 minutes to an hour in cold water before you cook them. So we're gonna try that tonight and see if that helps.
What's that do when you do that?
I don't know if it makes it more tender or what, but we're gonna try it.
So the current situation is, it is about 3:45 p.m. Been over at, Mom and Dad's, of course, getting those ribs ready, getting them on, getting them, smoking. So I'm back at the house now. And what I'm gonna do is I need to get some water on this grass back here. Not that this front lawn is looking amazing by any means right now, but it looks way better than it did last year. This one right here, told us, hey, we need to get some fescue on this yard. So that's exactly what we did. And it made a tremendous difference, over a year. So we've actually planted a little bit more. And so, got to keep that ground wet. Okay, it is now about 5 till 5. I'm fixing to electric skateboard over to my parents. Samantha's gonna bring my truck, and her and Bodie obviously over there here in a little bit, but we gotta go get those ribs off and prep them to be wrapped in the foil and put them on for 2 more hours. So here we go. Hey. Oh man, skinned it up a little bit. Good thing GoPros are tough.
Meat side down on this conglomeration here. What we've got here is a layer of brown sugar, and then some good quality butter, and then some honey drizzled on that, and then you take your chupacabra and you sprinkle that on there.
Or rub of your choice.
Yeah, whatever rub you want to use. So then you put the meat side down on that, and you wrap it up, and you're going to put meat side down on the Traeger. So then this is going to form you a nice crust on that meat, nice sweet crust. And plus the chupacabra or whatever your rub is will give it that other little bite and that little kick. So that's what we've got right there.
So we are going to set these down, and again guys, remember we had these meat side up, and that is what you're seeing right there is meat side up. Now understand what we want, obviously, like Dad was explaining a while ago, we want this meaty side, we want it in contact with all this goodness right here. So before we wrap them, ooh, those are hot, we're going to flip. Just get that, make sure it's good and centered and all that goodness there. And then from there, we're going to wrap, and I don't know if Dad said earlier, but you actually want to use 2 layers of foil per rack of ribs. So now you just want to wrap these babies up good and tight, and then you just want to go throw them right back on the grill. And I know we've said it a couple times, but just to make sure you guys remember, now you want meat side down, which is what we have. So we'll literally pick this up and go set them right back in the grill like this for another 2 hours. Okay, so just a little update for you guys. Me and Birthday Boy just back here chilling on his patio. Samantha and Bodie are going to be on their way here shortly, as well as my sister and her family to tear up these ribs. Hopefully they're tasty here in a little bit. How much longer we have on the ribs?
We
And as you guys saw, we just threw the corn on too.
1 hour and 6 minutes and 35 seconds.
So just a little bit over an hour and it'll be time to cut those bad boys and grease. So now with just a little bit of waiting to do, what better thing to do than fly the drone, huh? This is my niece Parker, and she was a kindergartner this year, so she didn't get to have a little kindergarten graduation. That's sad, but check her out.
Hold your diploma up. Can you give me a thumbs up? Woohoo!
Alright, here we're taking the foil off and we are going to see what we have here, what this looks like. Oh boy, those things look good.
Oh boy.
And keep in mind, guys.
Oh boy.
Keep in mind that may not be the prettiest presentation because keep in mind this is the bottom of them right here. This is the bone side. I'm going to flip these bad boys over, give them a cut, see what they look like. Okay, I'm going to try my best to cut these. This one just fell off right here. Trying to figure, okay, so I can see the bones up here, so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the kindergarten graduate right here, she's down, she's got her plate ready. What is she ready for? This is what she's ready for. We got some St. Louis style spare ribs. The guys hanging out with us all day watching us, showing you how to make it, and some sweet corn here. You know, Kai-Kai's got the Germex right here around in the Germex station. Got Chesney, Bodie, Andrea, Shelby somewhere around here. There's Demery. All right, guys, it's time to dig in. Shelby's pulling out the magic tricks. Got a spider on the web on his hand. He said yo-yos are weak.
Ready? Cheese! Parker, cheese!
Happy graduation to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy graduation, dear Parker. Happy birthday to you. been a great day. This weather, you just cannot beat it. And it's been a really awesome day hanging out with, you know, family, celebrating Dad's birthday, you know. So as always, appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. And until Dad's next birthday, we'll see you in the next one, vlog number 261.
Over.